My name is Sela. I will introduce of my paper. I would like to thanks to Association of Staffs for the care and attention they gave to the chance of this paper. Guess what? When it comes right down to it, whatever you go, there you will, whatever you when the up doing, that's what you wouldn't up doing. Whatever you are think right now, this and that's what's on your mind. Whatever has happened to you, it has already happened. Uh, the important question is how are you going to handle it? In other words, or now what? Um, my subject is the mediating effect of private self-consciousness and self-confusion on the relationship between subjective health perception and mental fitness. I am Sela Lim. I did with Kim Gi-Gyung. He is a student at the part of Society of Ethical Culture Dongguk University in Seoul City of South Korea. He was my student as graduated school uh, university. Mm, but now he graduated my school, and then uh, uh, he went Dongguk University. I'm professor in the Department of Clinical Psychology, Nungin University of Gyeonggi-do, South Korea. Uh, I'm s- I'm presenting as a responding answer for this paper. This purpose of this study is to explore subjective health perception and mental fitness to prove pathway model of negative factor of self-compassion, positive factor and private self-consciousness, operation agency and 5 city, South Korea to confirm the mediation model and path of negative factor of self-compassion, positive factor and private self-consciousness are several measure uh, consisting of the subjective health state scale, the scale for dispositional self-focused attention, the Korean version of self-compassion scale, and the mental fitness scale was administrated to 562 adults. To verify the research hypothesis, IBM SPSS version 21 and MPROS 6.12 program for bootstrapping methods. In the current study, current alpha was calculated as 9048 for the subjective uh, health state scale, 927 for the scale for dispositional self-focused attention, 863 for the Korean version of self-compassion scale, 978 for the mental fitness scale, respectively. For the research result, this study presented descriptive data for each variable of respondent and conducted collection analysis among subjective health perception to mental fitness thoughts note a negative factor of self-compassion and positive factor of self-compassion and private self-consciousness. Therefore, the past model on the relationship between subjective health perception, mental fitness negative factor of self-compassion, positive factor of self-compassion and private self-consciousness was verified and suggested. Keyword, I'll say about keyword. Uh, Subjective health perception, private self-consciousness, and self-compassion, and mental fitness, and pathway model. Uh, I'll say about uh, I say about instruction. Recently, more and more people are complaining about private self-consciousness and self-compassion and mental fitness caused by subjective health perception. As the belief that psychological stability can be pierced, dot private self-consciousness and self-compassion spreads the moment to restore their state of mental fitness dot subjective health perception in active. Private self-consciousness and self-compassion and subjective health perception and mental fitness are simply about being yourself and knowing something about who that is. It is about coming to realize that you are on a path, whether you like it or not, namely, the path that is your life. Private self-consciousness and self-compassion and subjective health perception and mental fitness may help us see that this path we call our life has a direction, that it is always unfolding moment by moment, and that what happens now in this moment influence what happens next. This purpose of this study is to explore subjective health perception and mental fitness to prove pathway model of a negative factor of self-compassion, positive factor, and private self-consciousness. This study explored a collection of male and female of cities of the Seoul and Incheon and Daejeon and Gwangju and Gangneung in 5 cities of South Korea. To this end, data was collected from 562 survey results conducted by 580 adults to confirm the mediation model and paths of a negative factor of self-compassion, private factor, and private self-consciousness. I descriptive this one. You guys see this one, and you guys check. Um, and please check this one. This one is the descriptive status of the subject. So I descriptive detail. Um, the descriptive status of the subject is uh, uh, this number is total 562. Um, their age was from 18 to 70. I descriptive tools. So I used um, I used for tools the survey consist of the subjective health state scale, the scale for dispositional self-focused attention, the Korean version of self-confession scale, and the mental fitness scale. So I used four tools. So I descriptive about research tools uh, and their their development people. So you guys can check this one. So I didn't explain a detail because you guys can check a detail on the paper. The results were analyzed by IBM SPSS version 21 and M plus 6.12 program to verify average and standard deviation of a variable and mediation effect of how subjective has perception to mental fitness. And private self-consciousness and self-confession as a user bootstrapping method. In the current study, Cronberg alpha was calculated and value were 948 for the subjective health state scale, 927 for the scale for dispositional self-focused attention, 863 for the Korean version of self-confession scale, 978 for the mental fitness scale respectively. And I descriptive collection analyst of variable. So you guys can check detail on my paper. So I didn't explain or detail. Please check check this one. So and then you guys can know a detail from this paper. Next, I'll say about collection analysis of variable of subfactor. Variable of subfactor is so important for this research. So I descriptive the collection analysis of variable of subfactor. So, but I cannot explain a detail because this one is so complicated. So you can you guys can check this contents with my paper. So please check, please read my paper. Next, I'll say about result for a past model. So I descriptive past model or detail, so you guys can see this one on my paper. And then I descriptive the measurement model for result, so you guys can see this one. So I did not explain detail because I descriptive the detail on my paper. So I say about this one simply. For the research result, this study presented descriptive statistics for each variable of um, respondent and conducted collection analysis among subjective health perception to mental fitness dot negative factor of self-confidence and negative factor of self-confidence in the other, and subjective has the perception to mental fitness dot private self-consciousness and self-confidence in the other, and subjective has perception to mental fitness dot private self-consciousness and negative factor of self-confidence in the other, and subjective has perception to mental fitness dot private self-consciousness and private factor of self-confidence in the other. However, the past model on the relationship among an subjective health perception and mental fitness was verified and suggested as well. Afterward, the other discussed the contribution and limitation of this study and suggestion for future research. Uh, I explained um, my paper. So I have uh, uh, 2 minutes. So what I'm saying, um, I'll say, I want to say this one. Um, um, okay, like it or not, this moment is all we really have to work with. Uh, Yet we ought to easily conduct our life as if forgetting momentarily that we are here, where we already are, and that we are in what we are already in. In every moment, we find ourselves at the crossroad of here and now, but when there could have forgetfulness our and over where we are now set in that very moment we get lost. Now what becomes a real problem? Um, by lost, I mean that we momentarily lose touch with ourselves and with a full extent of our positivity. Instead, we fall into a level-like way of seeing and thinking and doing. In those moments, we break contact with what is definite is and ourselves and for us perhaps our greatest opportunity for uh, creativity, learning and growing. If we are not careful, those coded moments can uh, 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 stress our out and become most of our lives. To allow ourselves to be truly in touch with where we already are, no matter where that is, we have got to first in our experience long enough to let the present moment. Um, so um, subjective health perception and mental fitness is so important, and um, and self confusion is so important, and self consciousness is so important. So uh, I did this paper as a researcher uh, and professor. Uh, uh, so it paper is not enough in a clinical field, but uh, I did my best way. Thank you for um, waiting, and thank you for um, uh, this work with your guys, and you guys gave a chance to me. Thanks. Bye bye.